Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 635. I am my... Maybe that. I am your host, Matrix Lloyd 212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Greetings.
What's up, Ray?
I just heard that we were doing the Everything Show.
Yeah. What's up, Chris?
Boy, is this episode going to be fun.
Oh, man. All right. Break it.
All right. So take this with a grain of salt. The source that I have this from is good. You can go find this right now. This is from Nerdist. I think Nerdist is very credible.
Yeah.
There's a video, an article. There's stuff here. But the reason I'm saying take this with a grain of salt is because this is coming from J.J. Abrams' mouth. However, I, for one, do not believe he's lying about this.
Okay. What is he saying?
He basically said somebody asked him in the crowd a question about Ray's parents, and he responded, well, Ray's parents are not in episode 7.
Ooh.
If that is so, the Luke Skywalker, her being her father, is now out the window.
Oh.
So,
She's Leia's kid. No, Leia was in the movie, too.
Anybody who was in episode 7 is not her mother or father.
Oh, my
Okay,
God.
then that means
They are
Green
either
Admiral.
new characters. They're either new characters or they are old characters who were not in episode 7.
Ben Kenobi.
In my opinion, all of this fits. Now, of course, could J.J. Abrams be lying? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
However, that would mean that he's lied about everything he said about Ray's parents. And I,
Yes.
for one, I do not believe that that's what's going on.
That mother lied about Khan. All
He
right?
did
That's all
lie
I
about
know.
that.
I think it's called the Liar's Paradox.
Right. But this is my thing, though. I think he's probably telling the truth because I, for one, don't believe that Luke is Ray's father.
I
Really?
I don't. And the reason for it is because the stuff that was in the novel, the stuff that other people have said about Ray's parents, and mainly the stuff that Abrams has said, because Abrams doesn't lie about everything he does. He lied about the Khan thing, I know that, but I think he probably learned his lesson from that.
Yeah.
He was
Okay.
upfront about the Cloverfield thing. He didn't tell people, oh, it's connected to Cloverfield when 10 Cloverfield Lane came out. They were upfront and face value about that, even though he didn't reveal that. But
Okay.
he said, no, don't do it. But I personally believe that he's probably telling the truth here, and I don't think that Luke is Ray's father.
So that could put that line the Luke Skywalker. I heard he like a myth or legend thing into context now.
Like Steampunk was saying, I think that's exactly what is going on. And personally, I think that the reason that they are not having her being Luke's daughter is because, part of the reason, not the main reason, is because I think Ben Solo is going to be a major character going into the next series. Because the Skywalker legacy, if Luke and Leia die, the Skywalker legacy now falls to him. Even
Yeah.
though Solo, his mother is a Skywalker. Even if she doesn't use the name, it doesn't matter.
Right.
He's technically related to the Skywalker family.
Yeah.
And this
Mhm.
jives exactly with what I thought with how he can be the embodiment of the dark and she's the light, and that's how they get balance.
Hmm.
So now the question becomes,
Who's parents?
if Abrams isn't lying, of course.
Well, whoever it is, she has a close bond with that lightsaber.
Yeah. Which leaves Ben Kenobi.
Yeah,
I
because
keep saying it, but or
Oh.
Kenobi that we haven't seen.
No, but it couldn't be because Ben Kenobi died in
I know.
Star
I'm
Wars,
just throwing
and
out.
she would be like double the age.
Well,
Yeah.
let's think about this though, right? Here's what I'm starting to see out of all of this. If this is what happens, right? They are saying that they want to make a Ben Solo or Obi-Wan anthology film, right?
Yeah.
If the anthology film is shortly after episode 3, right? and we see that he does have some sort of relationship with some new female character,
Right.
they could kind of make that work, even though
Well,
the time
she would have to be the grandchild
right,
of Ben Kenobi.
right.
But doesn't she hear Ben Kenobi in her flashbacks?
She does twice.
Yeah.
So that kind of puts something into that context. That she could be the daughter of him.
Why couldn't she be? Why couldn't she be a clone or something?
I think that works even better. What I was thinking with that is, we said this before. We came up with this theory on the show a couple of months ago, or a month or two ago, that if she is a clone of Anakin, the Skywalker legacy doesn't end with Ben Solo. She would technically be a Skywalker, right? And here's the thing. If what is being said is true, if the theory that Ren is the one who put her on Jakku,
Who put her on Jakku?
Kylo Ren,
Okay.
if he's the one who put her there, then think about
You
this.
her mind.
If he wiped her mind, maybe he found out that she was a clone.
Well, what
And
about this? What about
Hold on,
this?
Hold on. And the reason that he did that is because technically, she's the last living piece of Darth Vader.
I got one for you.
Put her away.
I got one for you that blows your mind. What if he worships Darth Vader so much, he tried to clone Darth Vader himself, right? Using something like the remains, and he did it against the First Order, against anybody knowing, and he screwed it up, and it turned her into a female.
Anything's possible with that, but I don't think Ren did it himself.
I'm with you, Chris. I think either it's the clone or she's the great granddaughter or granddaughter to probably Ben.
Well, think about this, right? In the expanded universe that's not canon anymore, Obi-Wan's family was a very, very wealthy family that he left, that he was taken from because they found out he was so powerful with the Force and whatnot. I know that's not canon anymore, but let's say they decide to make something like that canon again. Who's to say Obi-Wan doesn't have a brother or a sister?
Yeah.
Mm.
Or something like that?
What is she trying to do with the Emperor?
Maybe. Anything's possible. I mean, honestly, but what it sounds like to me is for me, it's starting to become confirmed that she is not Luke Skywalker's daughter.
First of all, how do we know that Anakin's mother didn't have any brothers or sisters?
We don't. We don't know.
I mean, she was a slave, yeah, but what if she had a brother? What if and then there's a whole bunch of Skywalkers that are just not Jedi, or maybe that's a tie to the legacy that...
So now, is the father the Skywalker, or is the mother the Skywalker in Luke's family?
I don't know.
I would have to say the mother, probably, because her name was Skywalker, and I mean, she was impregnated by the Force, or the midichlorian manipulation, whatever. So, I would have to go with her probably being it, but I mean, anything's possible. I mean,
That's a stretch, though.
There's still a chance that the new character from Rogue One is her mother.
Right. I mean, I think that's a better chance that there should be related to somebody in that movie.
Right. But I honestly think, first of all, I think and this was in the comments of that video. The article is there. I can send it to you guys if you want to see it. But in the comments, people were saying, well, isn't it funny that Obi-Wan talks to her twice? So Obi-Wan, whether he's related to her or not, he has to have some sort of connection to her.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
She's the clone of Anakin. That's why he appears to her. And it makes sense for why Anakin wouldn't appear to her, because maybe he's like, I don't, if I appear to her, maybe I...
Well, I mean, if she's a clone, she's not Anakin, but she's a clone of his DNA. That doesn't mean that she would be Anakin Skywalker. She would just be like...
She'd be somebody else.
Right, but she would just...
But think about it. It fits with everything.
Right.
The Skywalker legacy, the lightsaber having a connection to her, why Ren maybe took her away, why Snoke is so why he's so interested in her, and why in the novel she's tempted so much by the dark side, and why she's so powerful as well.
So wouldn't if she's tempted by the dark side, wouldn't if she was a clone of Anakin, wouldn't Darth Vader come to her?
Maybe,
Mm,
but maybe he doesn't want to.
yeah.
Hmm.
Because maybe he's afraid if she finds out who she is, like who she's a clone of,
That she won't be dark side.
She
she'll
totally
But
turned her
isn't the
back on him.
ghost? Isn't the Anakin ghost good, not evil? Because we saw them in Jedi.
It is good, but the concept art of what they were going to have him show up in the movie, half of his face was
Yeah.
Vader's.
I mean, why couldn't there be two of them?
Oh, that's possible too.
Two ghosts. Two separate ghosts. Darth Vader and...
Oh yeah, light
good-
and dark side.
Yeah.
And somebody made a really good point too. I don't remember where I read it, but they said if she's a clone of Anakin, right?
Mm-hmm.
The lightsaber may be not necessarily visions, but they may be memories that Anakin had
Right.
that are appearing to her because they share the same genetics. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
like a
Right.
clone memory thing. And they said also it makes sense if she doesn't have any prior Force training, the reason she's so powerful is because she's derived from the Chosen One.
Right. She's just a continuation.
Right. So it would make sense as to why she can do all these things
Right.
and not have any training. And it would also make sense as in the novel when she sees Luke, it says Luke knows who she is.
Well, let me throw something else at you. If she is a clone, right?
Yeah.
Why stop there?
Exactly.
Why not clone Mace Windu and Yoda and everybody else, and they have new bodies to go into or something? Why
Well,
not
maybe
go
they-
crazy?
Like I said, maybe the Knights of Ren only cloned one because they only had enough material from Darth Vader's body. I mean, think about this. It all works. He has Vader's mask. He
So there's the
probably
DNA.
took the body. If he took Vader's body, he got the genetic material, and there was only enough because his body was burned that they could only make one clone.
Right.
Which is, and also too, at the beginning of The Force Awakens, he says maybe Snoke should consider a clone army. So cloning is still around,
Right.
or the potential to clone is still around.
Fascinating.
And
Interesting.
if he's a clone, then that could put the rumor of her switching to the dark side and Kylo going to the good side because of killing
Right.
Han Solo in theory, couldn't it? Even more.
And another thing too, she's a great pilot. She's a technical genius. Who else was a great pilot and was
Anakin.
Yeah,
technical genius? Anakin Skywalker.
that's right.
So, when you really start to think about it, it starts to work.
Mm. All right.
Do you have anything to say, Scott?
No, I'm just thinking because isn't there something now that's canon where Han? I know she's not Han's daughter, but wasn't there supposed to be something canon in the comic books or in one of the now canon comic books that Han was supposed to have been married before Leia?
That was
Yeah.
yeah, no, that was just
The
nothing.
thing about that actually did happen, but the woman who said it, like they weren't really married.
Yeah, she's no trouble.
Okay, yeah, that's
The,
what.
the crazy thing about that was when that happened, the woman in the character is African American,
Yeah.
and everyone was like, "My gosh, that's Finn's mother!" And it was like,
Ah.
Finn's Han's son, and I was like, "Oh wow,
Yeah.
interesting." But then it came out that they were never really married.
Yeah.
Because I remember that. Cause that's what another thing that was.
I bought it. That was the only reason I bought the comic because I'm like, oh my god. So
Yeah, that is canon, though. It is canon.
yeah. All right, guys. After dropping this bombshell, we are going to take a quick break, and we will come back with the Real Hoovians cast, part 2 of the anniversary edition. So take your break, get your drinks. Take care. Bye for now.